Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here, welcome back to my channel. So on this video, as you can see, I've managed to slip back out into the woods, and today I'm hoping to do a bit of a stake around the campfire here at Mad Dog headquarters, base camp. As you can probably hear, it's raining quite heavy, so we'll be challenging to get the fire going over in the fire pit. Everything is quite wet, and maintain that fire, but I'm sure we'll get it done. So it's going to be a bit of a stake in the rain sort of video. The reason I'm doing this video right here now is I'm also going to be going deeper into the woods later on, set up another little camping area or camp area, because I want to do a couple of videos that I've had in my mind for a while, just showing new kit and different ideas whilst I'm up here, because like I say, it is over an hour's drive to actually get here from where I live, so I have to make the most of every opportunity I can to actually get up here. So stay with me and we'll get the fire pit cracked up. We'll get some steak on the go. Yeah. So I've gone and got me some dead standing, as you do, and tried to create a real chaotic base but dry, so it's lifted off the floor as usual. And I've also got some Mad Dog fatwood starting sticks just to help me along. I'm still rocking the BPS HK1 that they kindly gifted to me, so I'm trying to give it as much dirt time as I can, because I think you can't do a proper review until you've actually used it for quite a while, any equipment. And up to now, that being said, it's performed absolutely faultlessly. I do actually quite like their products because they're cheap and cheerful, but they're well made. So I'm actually not too worried about actually using them. You know, it's not going to break the bank if I damage one and have to buy another. Alrighty, bear with me. Okay, I've got some shavings over here. Some fatwood shavings. Managed to get them done in the back of the tent. I've got the old F2 tent rigged up there before it absolutely started lashing it down. Don't forget, whenever you're doing any camp tasks, always put your knife back in the sheath, don't leave it lying around. Safest place for your knife is in the sheath. Okay, let's get this bad boy sparked up, hopefully. And we'll see if we can't keep this going, because the rain is intermittent and it does come quite heavy when it decides to open up. We'll see what happens. Like I say, I know this looks an awful mess, but I'm trying to do a balance of light sticks like this, which are dry, deadwood standing, so they snap nice and clean, indicating that they are dry, and enough airflow and oxygen being drawn into the base of that fire to get it hot quick, make it heat up quick, so all the water that is in there, as you can see, evaporates away. And obviously as soon as the flames start to reach through the top of that pile of initial tinder kindling, and get your main fuel on. Alrighty, so I've got 3 nice steaks there on the go. Got me a griddle set up on a couple of decent logs and the fire off to one side. So obviously as the coals burn down, I can slowly push those embers underneath the steaks. I do like my steaks cremated, ruined, well done. I mean, I will eat them, you know, rare if I have to, but whilst I've got a choice, I like my meat cooked well done, but slowly so it stays tender. So I've just put them on the rack just to one side, and then later on I'm going to butter them, add a few herbs and spices, maybe just salt and pepper this time to be honest, and I'm going to cook them up with some rice. Just put some simple boiled rice, and I'm going to go foraging. I'm going to have some, maybe an infusion of nettle, maybe some, I'll see where I can forage, maybe some blackberry leaves, something along those lines, just to add a bit of greenery to the rice. Add a few vitamins and minerals in there along the way as well, so stay with me, and I'm looking forward to this. Yeah. Just some 2-minute boil in the bag rice. I want to liven that up with a few foraged greens. That's the plan. Got my little herb spice kit again. Some sea salt and ground black pepper. I'm going to be using that on the steaks. And then just all my cutlery in the background. So I do need a brew. I've been here a while and I've not had a coffee yet, so try and wake my ass up a bit and try and dry out a bit. Stay with me. So I've just got some blackberry leaves and a couple of blackberries. I'm trying to get the last of the younger growths. Obviously we're getting into autumn now, so they're quite woody, the leaves of the blackberry now, but they're still high, massively high in vitamin C, and full of nutrients and vitamins and minerals that can only do you good. So get them in your boiled teas. You can steep them, make a tea out of them, but once they are boiled, the leaves are perfectly edible. Okay, so I've got a few leaves from the stinging nettle, and it isn't the optimal time of year for these fellas really. They are on the decline now, we're coming into autumn, but I'm taking them back to camp and I will boil them up, and if they're still palatable without them being too slushy, you know, because when you boil these down when they are on the change, they turn into like a swampy sludge for a phrase. So obviously I'll tip them if that happens, but might just get away with them. I'm sure at this point the chefs do all this stuff, don't they now? Oh dear. It ain't getting none of that, I'm afraid, out here. Plenty of sea salt and black pepper. Oh yeah. And I'm also going to throw in some barbecue grill rub mix. Just enhances the flavours a little ways. I think this is very similar to my American, Canadian colleagues, brothers over there, the equivalent to Old Bay. I think it's called Old Bay seasoning, that type of thing. I do like that. Just adds that little bit of kick. I'll give that a minute, and then what I'm going to do here is just bring in a little closer here if I can. Get them bad boys turned over. Oh yeah. I don't want them sticking too much. And you notice I've still not put the fire directly underneath of these steaks because I like them cooked slowly. And you know, I'm a big fan of succulent steaks. I'm not over keen on rare. yeah. Can't have too much butter, right? Get that bad boy on there. Oh yeah. Obviously I probably won't eat all these steaks myself tonight, but whatever I've got left I'll put in the I'll wrap up and put in the tent. There's no bears or anything that's predatory around here where I live, so I'm not going to be attracting in something that's going to kill my ass while I'm asleep. That's one good thing about living in the UK, to be honest. We don't have to worry about serious predatory animals. I mean, out here us human beings are pretty much the apex predator, so we don't really have anything to worry about too much other than other humans. And I'm pretty secluded out here, so I ain't too worried about that. Oh yeah, sizzle baby. Happy days. Alrighty, so I've just come away from the camp. That's over that ways, a little ways. Getting warm actually, I'm sweating like a you know what. The rain's actually stopped, so here I am all togged up in rain gear and no rain. So I just thought I'd come for a walk through the woods, cool off, get some fresh air and see what's about, what's happening and what's not. You can definitely notice now, just in the foliage and the atmosphere, that you know it's like the explosion of summer has finished and everything's drawing into retreat, and you know, autumn is pretty much upon us, so time to start loading up on firewood and fresh perishables if you're into prepping. This is the time to start doing it. But any time of the year, in my opinion, is a good time of the year to be in the woods. I mean, just listening to the birds and the wind, you can't beat this. You really cannot beat this. Happy days. I love it, absolutely love it. So, I had one or two people say that all my trees are like sticks and small. Yeah, it's a young piece of woodland, as in the age of some of the current trees. Where I normally film is close to the entry point of the woodland, and the only reason being I have to cart a lot of kit in and out, and I'm an old boy now. My knees, as you probably all know, are a bit ropey now. But if you just look at this tree behind me, it's no sapling, and that's the sort of size that makes up the majority of my woodland. There are some trees that are further in that are a lot bigger. I have a couple of old yew trees which are 500-600 years old. They're massive. I mean, they're like massive. And yes, there's a lot of young saplings, but I'm happy with that because it means the continuation of this ancient woodland, because this has been planted and kept as a woodland since the 16th century. It is classified as an ancient woodland, the little bit of land that I have. I do have full sporting rights on my bit of land, so I can do some shooting, etc. for legal game over here in the UK. I just love the solitude. Like I say, my small patch of woodland is part of 158 acres. I don't own all of that, obviously I only own a small portion. But I'm right on the very far corner of that 158 acres. So my patch, very secluded, happy days. Right, let's get back to some cooking. Yeah, I'm hungry. Alrighty, looking pretty good. Yeah, that rice is pretty much done. Again, way too much there for me for tonight, for supper, for tea. But I'll have probably some for my breakfast or with my dinner later on tomorrow. Alrighty. Okay. So, just managed to throw the blackberries, nettles and leaves all over the place. But I'm just going to let them steep. Just put them in just for a few minutes. And we'll dish up and get some of this down me. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get you down here a little ways with me. Plenty left for tomorrow, breakfast, dinner and tea. I can alter this, mix it up with other things to make it different meal again, so excellent. Now then, oh yeah, you ought to see these bad boys, oh yeah. There's one. I'll have that fella there, I think. Oh yeah, so I'm going to be a pig. I've earned this today. Oh yeah. So the other two I'm going to wrap up, put them in my container, and again I'll have those probably with my breakfast tomorrow. Let's see. Okay. Let's get this chow down me. Oh yeah. Just right here. I'm just thankful the rain has held off so I can have my tea in peace. Man, that looks good. Something that I'm going to be doing and adding to my kit is a robust plate, something a bit better than this lid for my skillet set, because when you're trying to eat your meal, it is awkward, you know, and it's okay roughing it and doing all the bushcrafty survivalism type of thing, but if you're just out for a weekend, we want to be smoothing it and doing it comfortably, and you know, I've got to improve on this. But anyways, oh yeah. Oh lordy. Oh, that black pepper's coming through. Oh, the smoke, you know. I used oak, piece of old oak, for the majority of the fuel. Oh lordy. Let me go ahead and try some of this here rice infused with blackberry and blackberry leaves and nettles. Oh, really recommend trying blackberry with your rice, just plain old boiled rice. Oh, brings it to life. Magic. And the nettle leaves, obviously once they're cooked through, the sting completely gone. Oh, it takes on almost a spinach sweetness to it, like a sweet cabbage. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to finish chowing down on my grub. Excuse me. Before I sign off, this whole video really is just basically, excuse me, me having my tea around the base camp, the Mad Dog base camp, which is pretty much at the entry point of the woods. Like I've explained earlier, it saves me carting to and fro lots and lots of gear in to do all the stuff. I'm doing an overnighter. I'll be here in the morning and for most of the day tomorrow. So I've got other stuff that I want to do whilst I'm here. So different setups, kit reviews. I've brought quite a lot of stuff with me. Like I've said in the previous section of this video, that it takes me an hour to get up here, you know, and the time to actually do it. So I have to make the most of every opportunity. And so what I do is I'll probably film 3 or 4 videos and keep them in the bank, as it were, because I know you guys and lasses get probably bored out of your head with just seeing me doing my stuff in the shed back at home. I do too, I get cabin fever too, but I'm not always able to get up here, so I like to keep it in the bank, as it were, so I can vary up the content of my channel. So that being said, I'm going to sign off for tonight now. I'm going to stoke the fire up, have another coffee, basically just start making myself comfortable for the evening, listen to the sounds and the peace, as it were, of the woods, and have a little bit of me time, because also whilst I love doing the YouTube thing, I really do enjoy it. It's a great hobby and I've met a lot of fantastic people along the way, and I really appreciate everybody's support. It's fantastic, great community, really is a great community. I feel privileged to be part of it. But whilst that is a hobby, this is also a hobby and therapy. So anybody that does YouTube videos can know it can take up a whole afternoon of doing different shots and setting up, being ready for that video. So that being said, it's good sometimes just to take stock and have a little bit of selfish you time, because it's good for you where you're not doing anything else. So anyway, I'm going to finish my grub before it goes cold. Oh dear, let me get down here. And I bid you all a great week, whatever you're all doing. Stay safe out there, enjoy yourselves, have some fun, and until next time, which won't be long, Mad Dog signing off. Yeah!